Flock of Swans. Once upon a time, there lived a king with 11 princes, and 1 princess. However, not long after, the queen was seriously ill and died. The king then remarried. The new queen did not like those princes and princess. The new queen was in fact an evil witch. One day, she turned the princes into 11 wild swans. She kicked them out of the palace, and said, "Leave and never come back. No one will remember who you are." She ordered her servant to take the princess to a farmer's house so far away. The princess was going to live a hard life there. She told the king that the princess had left the palace on her own. One day, the princess went to the wood. She kept walking, then she met a fairy. The princess went with the fairy to the river. When the sun set behind the mountain, a miracle happened. The wild swans took off their plumage, and transformed into 11 princes. The princess and the princes was very glad, when seeing each other. The princess told her older brothers everything. The princess told her about the evil stepmother, who controlled the king with magic. The princes said, "That evil witch also turned us into wild swans. Only when the sun sets could we transform back to humans." The princes made a net of willows. At dawn, the princes turned into wild swans, and used the net to take the princess with them. The princes flew high, higher than the clouds, but the princess was fearless. The princess fell asleep. In her dream, she met the fairy and she said, "I wish I could save my brothers. I will do anything to help my brothers turn back into humans." The fairy said, "Pull up the nettles that grow over there. Then weave into 11 sets of clothes. However, you must not speak a word before finishing weaving, otherwise your brothers will die." The princess woke up, and went out immediately to find the nettles. The thorns of the nettles blistered her hands. The princess returned to the forest, and started weaving clothes. One day, a young king appeared. He was immediately attracted by the princess's beauty. He asked, but the princess didn't reply. The young king then took the princess to his palace. Here, the princess continues to weave clothes. The archbishop always said negative things about the princess to the king. He said that the princess was a witch, because he wanted his niece to become the queen. Every evening the princess went to that place, and weaved clothes, but when she weaved the 7th cloth, she ran out of nettles. And she climbed out into the garden to get more nettles. The king was very sad, when he saw the little princess picking nettles. He believed she was a witch. The king put the princess into prison. In prison, the princess continued weaving clothes, and hoped that she could finish 11 clothes soon. The next morning, the princess was led away to be executed in the square. 10 clothes were finished, except a sleeve of the 11th. The princes turned back into humans one after another, when they wore clothes made of nettles. The youngest prince wore the unfinished cloth. He also turned back into a human, but one of his arms remained as a wild swan wing. However, he was still happy. The princess came to hug her brothers, and said, "I can finally speak." The spell was broken. The young king was joyful. He married the princess, and invited 11 princes to live in his palace.